Hey guys, it's Julie from Plan to Create, and today I'm walking you through the process of basically setting up my November. I start off stamping out kind of the dates in both my monthly and my weekly pages, and then I'm going to focus in just primarily on setting up my monthly page in this video, and then stay tuned because I'll share another plan with me featuring the November week on 2 pages teacher insert. Yeah, why that didn't come to me better, I don't know. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you guys get some ideas from this. If you do and you like what you see, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. I'd love to have you around. Thanks, guys. This is the monthly fold out. I just wanted to kind of lay this out so that you guys could see it. I am using like slightly light pink accents there, which I realize pink isn't for everyone. The ones in my shop are just gray, but I mentioned that I just felt like using that this month. And then if you were to really love that and want that, just reach out to me. I can definitely get that to you. But here, it just goes straight into the week, like the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and then that's an extra. I don't need that because then this final one has this month. And I do like to use this as kind of a running to-do list for activities that we like to accomplish during the month. So I'm going to do at least one video where I do a plan with me for my monthly page. I'm going to do a plan with me for my weekly, and then daily I'll just probably share in a flip through at the end of the month. So you'll get kind of a glimpse of how that's working out. I will get these kind of rolling and take you along. At this point, I just wanted to mention that I have removed October from my planner and I start to clip them here and stick them down in a drawer below me. I like to have them nearby, but maybe just not taking up space within my planner. So I have my weeks. I had initially just moved out my dailies, but I decided at the end of the time just to go ahead and pull all of these out. I recently just did a flip through, so many of you have already had a chance to peek at these. But I wanted to say, like, I pulled this out because I really liked the way this turned out. And so instead of me just sitting down with a blank slate wondering, what should I do with November? I like to just glance at this and be like, oh yeah, I really liked just using, you know, a simple circle dot here and then adding more information inside. I really liked just writing things down without stickers and then coming back with a highlighter or a Tombow marker. Just things like overall general things. I liked having the deco over here on this side. So I will probably repeat some of these same design elements, I guess you could say, even though it will be in different colors and maybe different fonts or texts or, you know, whatever. So I do just kind of keep this off to the side just as inspiration, and I just wanted to encourage you to do that too. If you have a layout that you've really loved the way it turned out, why reinvent the wheel every month? Just go ahead and repeat it. This set is something that if you don't already have some of these from the Studio Calico, I really highly recommend. They're a monthly stamp set that they have all of the months of the year, and they're just really handy to have on hand. I feel like you could use these obviously in your planner if you do any scrapbooking or memory keeping. They're really handy for that. And then even like little kids projects. I could just see how these could come up for school projects or other kinds of activities. So I'm going to come through and get going on this. And honestly, I end up really loving this Coral Cabana color. I think I did it for October. It'll take on a little different twist this month because I'll have different colors going. But if you remember, these are kind of the colors I'm trying to use this month, and I feel like this one's gonna look nice. I will go ahead and stamp the inside as well. Okay, now that I'm committed, I'm gonna go ahead and do this all the way through all the weeks. It's just the stamp is out, it's inked, why not? And obviously, like if you have stickers that you want to use in this situation, you're maybe not as comfortable stamping, that's super simple, or you can handwrite. There's a rule. I do love using, you know, ink, and I just feel like it brings life to an otherwise kind of plain Jane insert, which, I mean, I've designed purposely because I want to let a little bit of pop really do a fun trick. I am not a professional stamper. I clearly just play one on TV, ha ha ha. That's pretty much gonna cover the weeks of November there. There's like a 30th that straggles in, but I'm gonna include that with the December week. That to me is really pretty. I like using that same font. I was really tempted to use this scripty November stamp. It's from the Stamp Market, and I love this month to month. They're really pretty, but there's also just something for me. When I do a lot of handwriting on my pages, I think I just like the simplicity of a sans serif font, I guess you could say. So, I mean, you can't go wrong either way. And I will come through and write the numbers. I'm gonna point out that November does have like a stagger, like This is the 1st, and then I'm gonna include the 8th halfway through because it's a Sunday, and I know I don't have a ton of plans like that, and that's just how I'm choosing to address that. I realize that these only have like 5 rows, and it would need a 6th row if you wanted to separate those. But to me, I prefer having a little bit bigger squares. I don't know, it's just kind of my preference. If that's something that really bothers you, let me know, and I could like set you up with another row on your monthly pages. I know that some people really don't like to combine the dates, and I totally get that. Okay, and I'll do the same inside. If you aren't a big fan of your handwriting, don't worry too much about this part. Like, I try to write my numbers as small as I possibly can because I feel like they just don't stand out that way. And then honestly, once you get all the numbers on, you just don't see. That's like the last thing your brain really, really pays attention to. I think your eye is gonna be much more drawn to some other statement that you make on your pages than your handwriting on the dates. I say that as I'm scooting through these, trying to like think and write, so my handwriting is not taking like first priority. So it's kind of a little reminder, like, yeah, don't worry about it. So another thing I've been doing is I've been coming through and stamping out the week numbers, and I really do like to use this set. It's an Oliver number set from Studio Calico. This particular one is not available anymore. I typically like to do this in the Bashful color, just kind of blush pink from Close to My Heart. And this month it's all like 4s, lots of 4s here. So week 45, 46, 47, and 48. I'm not gonna count that one for right now. And I tried, once I got this one figured out, I kind of lined that, you know, my 4s up with one of the lines. I didn't get that on all of them. I'm pretty, not sloppy, but I just don't care too much if these are perfect. I think part of stamping is that it's supposed to look a little bit handmade. You know, it's not supposed to look like I printed it. Otherwise I would just include it before and in part of the design. Sorry, my sunlight is kind of coming and going. I can see that, and I'm just trying really hard not to use lights because they make me feel claustrophobic in here when I have them all covered around me. So I'll hang out as long as I can without them, and if it gets too bad, I'll add them. I'm gonna come through, I guess I have these numbers out, and I'm gonna do some dating here too. This is kind of like tedious stuff, and so I'm gonna really zoom quickly through this because it's clearly like once you've seen me do one, you've kind of seen me do all. But it is a step, and you can see the dramatic impact that it makes, I think, versus just a plain sheet, you know, by just adding a little bit of color. And even though I'm using maybe a soft color here to do my dates, I still feel like it makes a pretty big impact. So scooting through this. Okay, so I'm halfway through the month, and I just realized like these numbers are large, they fit this space really perfectly, like it's almost like it was designed for that. But I wanted to point out these are not available currently, and so I wanted to show you that these from Studio L2E are basically the same font. They're a little bit smaller, so I'll show you kind of how those look too. It doesn't bother me to have that little switcheroo. You can see they fall right under the day of the week, and so it's just a little bit different look. Totally cute and totally work. So off screen, I am tapping each of these with the baby wipe. Okay, the sun was not cooperating with me, so I have added a little bit of light from my windows on this side, so now I'm adding a little light to help compensate. Sorry if it seems a little heavy, but this is always really fun to have behind me. Like for an entire month now, all of my pages are dated. Obviously, purchasing dated inserts would be the slickest, quickest, fastest, but they don't look the same, you guys. These look a lot cuter, so that's why I take the time to do it. For a moment, I am going to set the weeklies aside, and I am just gonna focus in a little bit on my monthly spread. I like to include anything that has like a date and a time, that someplace that I need to be. I like to put like a simple dot as a reminder for me here. And then I repeat the same information, but just with a little bit more detail here on this page. Some of you use this month on one page to track your exercise. I've done that in the past. Ebony shared today how she was just tracking her son's like sports schedule, you know, what days he had practice, what type of practice, whatever information is useful for you to have at the front of your month, I say go for it. I'm learning that I like in October, as I showed you here, I really did like kind of the clean clean aesthetic of this, and then I liked taking time to kind of write down some of the things that I would like to focus on this month. And so I may repeat that because it worked for me before, and why change it if it's working for me? I have all these stickers that I want to use, and in a previous month when I had several colors, you know, it's kind of hard to know which ones do you want to use where. In the past, I would have definitely like assigned one of these to a person in my family or something like that. But my kids are in college. I'm not tracking their schedules anymore. So I just get to like pick, you know, kind of colors that I want to work with. My son grabbed a tool this summer to fix his iPhone. And I was like, ooh, can I have tweezers? And he gave them to me. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of refer to my iCalendar at this point. That's where we keep a lot of our forward planning as a family. And then I'm going to just refer to that and add some of these dates in so that I can get them on paper. Because now that it's getting closer, I need something on paper to refer to in order for these dates to like actually be valid for me. When you're using these little stickers, it is really nice to have tweezers because my fingers just don't even want to get these off the pages. This first week of November is a busy one. But I have decided, I guess I didn't mention that, I am going to come through and use all of like this color on the first week. The second week, I think I'll use the yellow. I need to pop some of that in there somewhere. This will probably be a really fun week, but I tell you what, like, I love weeks where there's just like two things that like, oh, that makes me happy. I don't love to have like a super busy schedule. I like to have time that I can decide what I want to do. It's not predetermined for me. And let's see, I kind of want to use some of this coral. Oh, these colors are pretty. It's fun. I think that that looks pretty. Like, look how much pop and color that has brought. It would have been very pretty just to have used one of those colors for all the dates. I mean, I wouldn't regret that either. I think when in doubt, I am learning to scale back a little bit than like going crazy. I think I've said this before. When you have something that you refer to for 30 days, I think keeping it simple isn't a bad idea, because when I go wild with decoration, I end up getting sick of looking at it, or something about it starts to bother me. So the more simple I keep it, the better. I have these old headers from the planner spot. These are, I'm sure, probably not available on her site anymore, but I do love them. She includes one of these every month with her subscription kit, but I do love having several to choose from there because I like to header that every month. And then I'm gonna come through and kind of like October, I just used all the same like blush circle there, but now I'm going to actually come through with these same colors, maybe in the same order even. And you know what? I'm gonna maybe just do this. Like I have some of these stickers and I haven't really used this color a ton up there, so I might just do it down here. It's really neutral. It's not gonna hurt anything by just keeping it simple. I mean, I do love a good rainbow or a good colorful display, but sometimes I just appreciate simplicity too. And I'm just skipping every other line because I don't think I need a whole full list. I think that like I did last month, it was enough to just think of, you know, 5 or 6 things to really focus in on and try to work on those through the month. It's a little more realistic. And so I'll try to narrow them down to my most important items. I've done some sample decorating in other planners with these colors, so I'm pretty excited to like be working through these. I kind of wish that this was a sticker also. Like I would love to use that outside ring. It's not cut around it. Darn, that would be really cool. And then there's something that I've been just so excited to use. These stickers, I bought these last year from Alma Designs. It's Natasha. She's amazing, and she's not doing these anymore right now, and I don't want to pressure her because she's trying to take a break and I want to allow her that break. But they're so pretty, and I would love for her to open her shop again on Etsy because they're just really pretty. I'm gonna do at least, I'm buying something like this sticker because I feel like I have a lot of that pink. Okay, I don't have to use my tweezers for everything. I'm like, now I'm excited to do that. There we go. I think if I pull from that, then it will be better. So I'm gonna just do a pretty leaf here in the corner. Last month I did kind of that sticker, like a full box. I think I just want to have a kind of a pretty leaf just kind of hanging out. That'll do for now. Like I'm gonna try not to overdo it. So, and I don't feel, I mean literally it is like painful for me to use these because look, I'm almost out of like the colorful red ones and I love them because they go with my colors this month. So yeah, I'm gonna miss those when they're gone. I will come back in and write my goals later when I have a little bit more time to reflect on them. Now is when the time when I just come through, and like I said, you guys, this is so simple. I mean, it's kind of silly for me to be sharing it because it's nothing earth-shattering or rocket science-y, but basically I'll just come through and add those, like wherever there's a sticker there, there's something corresponding here. So I'll go ahead and include those in. And you'll notice the only tip I would say here is, you know, if something's in the middle of the day, I kind of write it in the middle of the day in case later on in the month something else comes up and I have to write, you know, an evening appointment at the bottom or a morning appointment in the morning. That's just obviously maybe something you already know, but I feel like I didn't always know that, and I feel like I would get myself into trouble by writing something down here and then being like, oh no, now where do I write the evening activity? I do have some birthdays, so I'm gonna pause real quick here. And I have the cutest little like balloon stickers from Sugar Loop Studio. She's one of my favorite like colorful sticker shops because she just does all these bright colors that you know I love. Let's see what she got. Yeah, birthday stickers. So I have several of these. Like, do we want to know how many? I tend to buy multiples of things that I like. So, you know, actually I'm doing pretty good because I've worked through some of these. Not too bad. Okay, and then of course, I don't know if I've shared this before, but I keep all of my colorful-ish stickers here in a sticker book from Strawberry Sticker Co. I bought that on Etsy and I just think it's adorable, and it's just kind of those pockets that you can slide things in. So my Coffee Monster Co. and Sugar Loop Studio, and there's some Clever Gal Crafts, Spotted Gum, some more Coffee Monster Co. kits back here. I just feel like that's a really great way for me to have stored those. And I need to pick some colors. Let's see. Lots of birthdays this month. I'm gonna try this one. And I like to just write the name of the birthday person on the balloon and kind of throw it on that day. So there's that one. Kind of weird to write your own name on a balloon. I don't know. But the 7th is my birthday. 2 stuffs coming up this month. I'm looking at these, kind of trying to fill inspiration. I don't think there's a good yellow one. Maybe I could do that one. Let's do that. So already, like, I just like the way this looks. It's just like, airy, fresh. And then I will just show you quickly, like, as an event occurs, this is when I would just like come back and kind of just slide over it. So even more color will appear throughout the month, but it doesn't all land there right from the beginning. I do occasionally use some stickers from, let's see, from the planner spot. I get my lashes done, and when I get a manicure or pedicure, I do like to use these little guys. And I really lately have loved like taking a dewdrop sticker. These are from Planner Fluent. I think that they work with my, and like layering it over the, under the icon. So I've kind of probably shown that in a flip through, so I'll show it here, how that kind of works together. I think that looks really cool. I love layers. I like dressing in layers. I like planning in layers. So we'll just do that. And then I'll do the same thing again with nail appointment that I have coming up. I have pink, but I'll show you white too, just to kind of see that layering. I have a custom order request in with a sticker shop that I'm gonna try to get some more colors of these dewdrops because I really like them. Again, I am referring to my iCal, so you can see, you know, the 9th, the 10th. These are the events that are happening. 17th, so far that's the only thing we had on that week. So 24, 25, and 27. 24, 25, and 27, those were birth dates, but also other, yeah, just birth dates, I guess. I do know my son is coming home this day for like his big break. Oh, and then I have one more appointment. Forgot about those. You know what? Wrong date. Darn it. Okay, so I accidentally wrote it on a Monday instead of the Tuesday. I am going to figure out how to cover that. And the truth is I could use like a cute sticker like this, and it doesn't draw a ton of attention to it. Or I could actually do something like more decorative, which I don't have a ton of anything decorative on here. So maybe I'll just do one of these leaves, see if that will work. Yeah, cute. I think it's gonna cover that side. Perfect. Okay, no one would ever know. And I probably should put another one somewhere else just to kind of help balance it, but I'm gonna wait and see how these dates fill in because I don't wanna put it on a date and then later be like, oh no, I need to write something down. So I am going to come through and add I think I'm going to, yeah, I think I want that pop. And so I'm gonna add some washi here. This has just been an old faithful of mine. I'm pretty sure I got it on Etsy, and I'll try to link it below. Ooh, I got my November really close. I should be more mindful of that, making sure I steer clear of the margin next time I stamp. But it's not bad. And then I'm not going to do it on the back here because I don't think I want it on my weekly page. I like to keep those kind of open and flowing into each other. Okay, and so one of the other things I do love about the personal wide size is that I use my personal punch, hold on, and this is my Repesco, and I have it set up to be like at the personal punch spot, and I just love that. I don't have to switch it back and forth between a couple of sizes. It's always here, ready to go. It's a quick, easy punch, and then I generally do come and add my slits. So now if you see this page online anywhere, you're gonna be like, ooh, she messed up there. And that's okay, it's a secret, just you and I. Okay, so I will just give you a quick shot of what that looks like in my planner. I'm really liking that. I've kind of just been throwing some of these colors throughout, sprinkling them throughout my planner. I probably could jazz this up a tiny bit, get rid of some of the neutrals and add a little more of a pop. Like even just that right there just kind of helps bring the colors around. Might be too repetitive there. I have a yellow. I like these little peach palms, they're cute. That's kind of fun just to see those colors sprinkle, but they're still sort of neutral. It's not super, super crazy for this time of year. So I'm happy with that. And there's the month. And I do believe in the same file, it does come with the same, with the monthly page that I shared in October, where I have the weekends combined, so that each of these boxes is a little bit larger. So just so that you know, that is an option that comes with the purchase of the personal wide. I'm gonna take a second here and kind of share the things that I wanna work on this month. Get things done method is something that I am trying to implement in my planner, and I'll explain that maybe in a different video. I have kind of a setup up here, which I'll refer to in my setup video. But just so you know, like it's something that I'm kind of working through just in an effort to be a little bit more productive and just focused. Let me see, I want to kind of work on this. I've been going through my office. I haven't spent a ton of time reorganizing it. Spent a little bit of time last month. Most of the time when I come in here, I'm actually working. I would like to work out a little bit more content. This is an increasing focus of mine for YouTube. My husband and I are trying to do date nights, sometimes with other couples, and then family time once my son comes home will be a big priority, and I would like to do like weekly hikes or something, keep us together. In the middle of this, I'm gonna actually write the 7 habits, because those are 2 totally different programs and 2 books, but my husband and I are reading the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People together with some friends of ours. And in the midst of that, I'm trying to kind of work on this. I'm gonna see which one overrides the other, but they are kind of different, but also have just good nuggets to try to implement within my planning system and just inside my life. So those are kind of things that we're focusing on this month. And with that, I will wrap up this video, and then I'm gonna do it a separate plan with me for just a week on another video. All right, guys, I really appreciate you joining me. I hope that the lighting didn't throw things off too badly here, and I just appreciate your input. I love to hear from you guys and see what things are resonating with you. And thanks again for your support in my Etsy shop too. Several of you have hopped over to purchase some inserts after seeing them here. So that's, I hope, helpful for you to actually see them in action as well. This obviously is the personal wide size, but this insert is available in several sizes. So the same kind of principle would carry over to any of those sizes. All right, that's it. That's my monthly page. And like I said earlier, if you're interested in seeing a plan with me, stick around, make sure you're subscribed so you'll get a notification, because I will be sharing a weekly plan with me featuring the teacher inserts next. All right, guys, take care. Till next time.